Sometimes the best stories are short, sweet, and to the point. Yet with this simplified writing style, there is a risk and reward. You're giving away a huge amount of your ability to create build-up and throw away all ability to have character development. Yet this short story concept definitely has its strengths. When we look at creepypastas, the shorter stories can definitely leave a strong impression, just like art on the walls. Don't stay for too long though, the portraits just might be staring back. The story begins by describing a hunter who is walking through a forest as it's getting dark. He has lost his way, and after roaming in one direction for a while, he has come across a cabin. When he approaches it, he finds that it's empty. He decides to take shelter within. He lays down on the bed and is confident that he'll be able to fill in the occupant of the cabin about the situation when he comes home. While he's laying there trying to sleep, he notices that there's a bunch of portraits around him, very realistic and unnerving. They stare him down with vicious glares and sneers. The hunter, shaken by the intimidating paintings, rolls over facing the wall and falls into a restless sleep. The next morning, the hunter is jarred awake by sun rays shining down on his face. This is when he realizes that the cabin has no portraits at all, but just windows. This is where the story ends, and I would use the words clear and concise to definitely describe it. It is only 3 paragraphs long and is very successful because of its campfire story urban legend kind of feel. The short build-up works well as it doesn't wait too long to give you the payoff, and because the payoff is just missed danger, you find yourself looking back and thinking about the possibilities. The implications of what actually could have happened begin to sink into you and what that really means. It also leaves you with a ton of questions, like who was looking in on the hunter? Why did they not attack him, especially when he fell asleep? Was the cabin theirs? Was it a ploy? Was this the first time it's happened? Was someone else not so lucky? How was the hunter unable to discern the differences between a window and what he thought were paintings? All these questions and the strong impact of the climax definitely earn this story a must-read rating. As I mentioned before, the story is very short, so you can bust through it within a minute or two. This means that not only do you not have to wait to see what is going on, but you find yourself anticipating it even more because there is very little information or time for this story to be told. All of this working in the favor of the story, amplifying the experience as a whole. This is actually one of the first stories that I read when I began to look into creepypastas when I was younger. I really enjoyed the shorter styles of the stories, and I still do, as I think being able to tell a story and only using necessary plot points is very impressive. I also find that with the shorter story structure, build-up has to be done very strategically, forcing the creator to really work with their imagination and twist and bend the concepts to work for them. The story's climax must also carry weight. This story is a good example of this, having implications laid out after the fact, informing the audience that the hunter ignorantly missed grave danger. So next time you find yourself camping, sitting around a campfire, tell your friends this story. It's perfect for such an occasion. Also, take note to avoid all lonely cabins hidden in the woods. Oh, and finally, make sure to check any pictures before you go to bed. They might be staring back at you. See you next time.